Hello everyone and welcome to this week's quick tip tutorial. This one I don't know what category it falls under, but I'm going to be talking about motivation for coding. Programming, like any kind of assignment or art or things with deadlines, can sometimes be hard to find motivation for. So today I'm going to be discussing some of the things that I find to motivate me that can apply to you guys in order to figure out how to best manage and keep motivation for coding. Before I do get started with the video though, I want to remind you down below, hit subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of new videos coming out twice weekly in the channel, and down in the description you can follow us on GitHub for coding updates as well as Instagram for other live updates. If you're not already a member of our Discord server, make sure you come and join to get help with scripting, extensions, plugins, submit tutorial ideas, and much more. And if you'd like to help support us on YouTube, you can do so in the description by becoming a member or supporter. This comes with cool perks like Discord status, badges, access to member live streams and polls, and much more. And also check out the links down below to AE Scripts, Gumroad, and Adobe Exchange to see some other cool stuff I make. Alright, so there's a few things that really can keep you motivated to code, and we're going to discuss them today. The first of which that I find most motivating is to watch live coding or coding live streams or recordings of the live streams. This will do a number of really useful things, of course, depending on the content of the live streams as well as the level of them. Watching live coding can give you a really good idea of the kind of troubleshooting you may experience, the duration some types of coding can take, and a look into topics you've not learned about yet. This can kind of give you the look into the other side, so to speak, of what may be next on your long or short term to learn list. Even if you don't understand what's going on in a particular live stream or video, spend time watching, paying attention closely, and just trying to understand as much as possible. Similar to learning an actual language, like an actual spoken language, you're not going to understand more than like 10% of things at first. You're just going to understand bits and pieces, maybe relating to some of your prior knowledge. For example, if I'm learning French, because I also speak English, I'm going to notice some similarities, and that will kind of speed up the process at which I can learn that particular language. Same goes for coding and these kind of topics, is if you know a language that has some similar features, you're going to either recognize maybe some of the syntax or the way things are done in a new thing you're learning. But as time goes on, just like learning a language, you'll slowly learn and use that synthesis to combine concepts together and learn more in the topic that you're approaching. And when I say coding live streams, I'm not talking about tutorials. I'm talking about someone actually sitting down and making something. Tutorials sure can be super helpful if you want to learn a specific thing, a cool looking thing, but to me, watching someone do something practical and live work out the problems is probably the best way for me to learn outside, of course, just doing it yourself. I like to play coding live streams in the background often because, in a way, some can be like ASMR. I'm not a huge fan of ASMR, but in particular, some keyboard sounds and just the sound of coding and struggle and success and all of that in the background can kind of get me motivated over however long the live stream is to do my own projects or to keep going on my project that I'm working on in the foreground. And I usually will watch, 10-hour live streams several times in the background. And that's just because, particularly, George Hotz is an awesome programmer, and you can learn a lot from people that are much smarter than you. And yeah, there aren't a ton of particular programmers that I follow just to watch live streams, but George Hotz is certainly probably the number one because he has such a good track record, comes from a hardware background and has deep knowledge of many different topics. So even though, sometimes you won't get a lot of what's going on, these can be things that can lead you into different topics and learn a lot more. So these can be kind of nice things to get you motivated to look at other people doing successful or practical things. But where can you get motivation from other things? Well, of course, you want to, take breaks sometimes from programming and find motivation and ideas that come from things in life that you enjoy. Maybe you go for a walk and notice something really cool that inspires an idea, or you notice a pattern on a tree or a plant that says, maybe I want to figure out how to make a fracture algorithm that perfectly represents how this looks. Or maybe you microwave a bowl or a cup too long and it creates a fracture pattern, and you say, I want to figure out the algorithm for that. Looking for things like this in your daily life, at least for me, is what gives me ideas and more motivation to do programming. You may have a notebook or a sticky note or something with 100 ideas for things to learn, or cool projects or valuable projects that you may want to sell, but the ones that you're actually going to learn the most from, besides being the challenging ones, is going to be the ones you have the most passion for. Because not only are you going to be motivated through the passion of wanting to work on something that means something to you, you're also going to basically push more effort into it. This may make you want to push more features into it, and that in turn will continue to push your skills and force you to learn more and more. If it's a project you're just kind of going through the motions and don't want to finish very much, you're not going to be saying to yourself, oh, well, what if I added this feature? Or how would I do that? So it's definitely the passion projects that you're going to push through with any amount of motivation and learn more, and then get more motivation in turn as sort of a cyclical thing. And of course, there's always going to be times that you simply can't find motivation by watching other people code, by learning code, by looking into the future of code, or by taking a walk and noticing things in nature. Sometimes you really just have to take a break. Sometimes you will struggle and you need either a change of environment, a longer break than you've been taking, and maybe some just fresh air to get yourself thinking and feeling a bit different. Sometimes you get too comfortable sitting in your chair for, 5 to 10 hours a day, sometimes more, and we kind of forget that there are things outside of your studio or your programming world that can both give you energy and motivation to do the things in your work, but also just having that change, separating work and relaxation, especially if you're a freelancer or a remote worker, and having these sort of different settings to keep our brain fresh and keep on thinking of different things. That will overall help your programming, not just in taking a break from things, but sometimes taking that break, going to a new setting, you'll come back with a fresh thought or a fresh perspective on how to fix a problem. But that's really it. That's what I wanted to talk about in terms of staying motivated to code, watching coding live streams, watch other people do long, realistic, cool, practical projects. Take breaks, go enjoy life a little bit. Try to maybe integrate the things you enjoy from a walk or hobbies you have into programming and let that bring you joy or ideas. And sometimes you simply just have to take a break, get some fresh air, a new setting, and things like that to kind of refresh your overall well-being. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button down below, hit subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of new videos coming out twice weekly in the channel, and down in the description you can follow us on GitHub for coding updates as well as Instagram for other live updates. If you're not already a member in our Discord server, make sure you come and join to get help with scripting, extensions, plugins, submit tutorial ideas, and much more. And if you'd like to help support us on YouTube, you can do so down below as well by becoming a member or a supporter, which comes with cool perks like Discord status, badges, and much more. And also check out the links down below to AE Scripts, Gumroad, and Adobe Exchange to see some other cool stuff I make. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.